Send me brand new can. In a situation like this, most often, all your impression be said you need as a situation and they push you for you to react. But when it comes this way, I was all tenacity. Now, already the secret in the question what did I? What's the be it is going to be a burden. And moreover, how sure are you? Say, I deal where I must have a first secret. No, I will be full from so be PS way. So it's going to be a chain of secret. So it's better you face the situation because you runs from trouble, runs to meet it another time. In Tiabasen, I was so nyabutre. Men kase asemna bantinu hundi onya huntinu. You are under pressure or duress, so you want to impress whoever is holding the secret. In your question, even impressing the person who is holding your secret, be I know before Francois Baba be PSU, then it's going to be a chain of secrecy. Maybe the third party you have no control over. Wait, akwakwaya wase ba. Intie bi obeka se ne ban ntinu. Mami nsom na within us near to mekuta. But nyame ambem na bia the next secret akoya an outsider. Before say osikeni an osuro ni dibia. Bon ye ni de. On de dibia bi ani o protect you. Yes. Inti wona oba aware ase. So the oba na ware no betwitwi fema NSwa. So you need to see this situation very carefully. Now who say no? I'm in to protect my daughter's marriage and the husband's reputation as well. And moreover, yes, at the end of the year, and I'm say now so no because the secret now who hold it against you. Offense obiani, and so one of about them.
But so for me, Chawano, I saw by ya Samaye Cano. I was said, I saw ban or to me, holdy nase, Obaba Kunu. Say Obaba Kunu Ayadia. I was so as so when I was said, Uhodi the man at a ransom said, "Why you want me to say America? Niki also Kunu." Once I situations be or why a single crowman farm, but a baby see one. Now I saw ban. I saw ban no or Chabana de not drink on the only son I seen him Nasimo. Or media shows I want none knew who possess as soon as betting yaba. My minister has an offer.
Okay.
As soon as betting yaba say, ye me say, it's your shall so ban as on us, except for us also yet the back Nukunisana.
And there be granting a midi kind of in this situation, I was so bad or protected the image of the family first. I was all holding a high esteem because in as much as yes I did. The old person on any year and also I didn't have some now. And also I didn't have some now. In the first one, I'm solving you and also the second one about the camera. What to mean control back? Come here, no, now bet my control. Multi single room or by the sound to me, CSA, Musu current 3-bedroom self contained, and a mobile defin. In the sun, I dare not in the so ban. The first thing I was always say, she needs to protect the image of the family. And Sana, even thinking of the man's reputation, because you have the family to protect. Account banner account. And under your watch, and soon I didn't AC. Now last year, Bible say, I saw Bano Crampo, no son and the secret no, and also cry a dear account, and the fin cry.
So for Jeffrey, as some maybe sir, so for Gideon, mammy rephrasing a cry. So what you are down for your na what down for say your and Uncle Fabia, oh, young who say, oh, be papa chilling panu. And I be oh, ya, oh, shut down, yes, say, oh, peseni panu. But this is the case, sir. Nipano ababa be who are dear. What I say? Now, oh, boss, I say, why is your Nipani bibi and I say Nipana you bibi? Nanipana say, I brought you where I dear where I am, dear. But not same way with the betuja. So for Osha, I won't go fast on a year. Also, be or her, oh, yeah, not dick a crab. Now be our catcher, per se, or catcher, we catcher, or sell, because also I am not an idea.
Yeah, because simply say every covenant has a code of secrecy. Now, so only obinam. I say, "Untimi, keep you secret." that person does not need your success because success is dependent on secret. And because people will tell you their success story, but do not tell their success secret. Until we catch and say, oh, me say I did this and I became successful. But what actually went in, nobody is ready to tell you. Now, if you have any friend that is not ready to keep your secret, that means that that friend is not a friend. If any friend you have has decided so me and handle with secret, that friend is not a friend. Your idea in Brofmu, your friend is friend enemy. Or your down for so answer your enemy. Now, every friend that wants you well know how to control or regulate your reputation in order to keep your dignity. And he said, maybe mistakenly, I make us say, me say, Obia knew how sorry one day I can say me say me. Never. Nobody will rise up one day and tell himself that me today I want to mess up myself for the whole world to know I'm a bad person. No. People go through issues. There are stages in life. There are trials in life. There are temptations in life. And maybe people can fall. That happened between Noah and his children, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. They went to see the nakedness of their father. And one decided, one decided to broadcast the nakedness of the father. And the other one said that, no, we can't do this. Even when they were going to cover the nakedness, they didn't want to see with their eyes. So they were going backwards. That means that they honor the nakedness of the father. And they are sure that they don't even have to see it. But it will shock you to know that even your friend that is closer to you wants to know what is wrong with you. Wants to know the issues that are concerning your life to broadcast.
Okay.
And see, when you have a friend that does not actually keep your secret, that cannot see that no, there is something good upon your life and cannot focus on the positive aspects on your life and help you deal with your weakness, it is not a friend.
Maybe I try more comments like for, but before I may kind comments, no, my bisa ya so for assemble. Ya can only a friendship. Me pesa ya assemble ya de call ya worry. And yes, sir, or kunu any or yere, only the assembly hint or manner. Should marriage couples keep secrets? Also for Gideon,
yeah, of course. Bible chemu said. Only a banner no my but in spite of that, there is always an icon that should remain unclicked. But even in a marriage home, there is always a secret. Because that particular secret, immediately ebi obano and I say behemano, obe is either the marriage scatter or ends there that very moment. It's not always said the end. Sometimes it might be good, but I know beyond able to make without glory. Secret is not always something very bad. In fact, I'll follow them. Secret is not always something very bad. Okay. It might be good, but so he can't withstand the glory. I'm telling you, there are always anything can happen. Some marry with a reason. Into your back or the anti or J2 Obanu will who pet or pet any second way out because first plan and find your plan B.
Oh, I see.
It's like that. In your baby, and I said, baby, and a co say, oh, I will number continue. There is even secret in marriage that Obani is different from Obama and and that secret, the lady is not ready to let it out, and Obama also there is not ready to let it out. It is said that everybody can. And yes, Okununi or Yeronomu say secret to her. They know, but to protect the name marriage and their dignity and honor, everybody needs to remain silent about it. Said the success is attributed to secret.
But so for on him say, my young share Okununi or Yeria Semi. So for Jeffrey, Nijitum say, near a cost of Bell, say, I did you a while. I said you a shell so. A shell soon ya be catch Ruby. Yes, show Kunu or Yeri or Massemi. Would you two say, as some way said Bermano or catch an area and can bedroom baby a dream? So for Jeffrey.
Well, I'm saying I suffer Gideon like I say about secret in marriages. And I think I support the idea. Now, I have a philosophy. We have our secret and we have my secret. We have our secret and we have my secret. There are things that pertains to me that only me knows and nobody should ever know. There are things that are between me and my brother. And the two of us know. Nobody should ever know. And see, I think sometimes in marriages, there are so many considerations you are supposed to do. You see, you look at the kind of woman you are dealing with. Before you even release an information, you look at the kind and nature of a woman. Or baby or her who release information. That is the end of your life. So this kind of woman who has a tiger heart and I don't know the word to use, has some pouncing kind of attitude. Adebia no person or you be found. Adebia ultimately controlling. He does anything anyhow. And you know you are with this kind of woman that has this level of uncontrolled temperament. Or you're in your pet at any time. And he's not matured in handling certain issues. That's what I catch and he said, this is what has happened. You know that is the end of the marriage.
Okay, so for it's not just a person you can say, answer now, Obama will be you should look at the maturity of that person.
Exactly. Me, my main cousin, me say, if you want to know the real color of an individual, as a person say, Nipa will wait to keep information. Okay. Lie to the person for some time and see whether you hear it at various places.
Okay.
And once you are not able to hear it at various places, that means that person is capable of keeping your secret.
Okay.
But once Uchan Trotren and I said, okay, let them see how they see you. Okay. But you know who you are in the eyes of God.
Okay. So for Jeffrey, that's say. As for my kind comments, no kakra. We shut down your comments. I say compliments. I demand so for what see say. Okay. See say bless you, prayer coach. Actually, who need a prayer coach? Actually, it's so for you. Also for Gideon, you are looking good. As Jeffrey. Okay. Yes, someone why fair. Okay, so on that note, no, we'll go for a short commercial break. Actually, for about your bonus and chain. You better see here.
Asampayetia Obanyansa fusu wo bunye won kana asam ze mafutu sam kakre wa supeme yo kofi o man ya woman o man ya mama yenyi baby akọ wacha za ya wareni wonsom wonyinyi pa asade pa wo fi oye Demo yembera ebe ya ifiyana Omaya umano Omaya mamana Ati waya nora Nyamichata Nyamana renya Wanso wanyinyipa Sawaya wanabe Demo yembera ebe ya ifiyana Wanso Sadepa ofioyo kamo yemberae abeya efiana amabeya efiana amabeyo asite beya efiana oh amabeya efiana yana kamo yemberae abeya obrayu arabo
for me mama akwaba biem e de ba the most courtroom or the most media so ye da mase say magimre muguso ene ye e di djumedi Mr. Mo me go so twa mo comments no ta fe me de phone line no so beto dwa na wa o pesa o frɛ na o de wadwen kyerɛ ba no o de aba e ba show number ne 0554 355 397 but your missus will be 0554 355 397. Okay, so for Jeffrey, what's the deal about my dreams? Auntie, as some are yaki, one of the different was same way.
If you want to be judgmental, I will consider a whole lot of things. Do I wanted to ask you, the secret you are hiding, what actually is the secret? Wonderful. It is if it is the mother demanding something in that line, that means at the end of Moody it is in that line. Let me cannot imagine. That means the mother knows that this guy can hide a secret such as this. And then to know, okay, let me ask this thing from the person. But I think most often times, maybe Obeka say the mother should be blamed. Okay. But I'm thinking that age is not maturity. The fact that the mother is old, and in a Ghanaian setting, we think that since the person is older than you, the person should be knowledgeable in certain things and apply wisdom. Age is not maturity. Now, if the guy had controlled himself from the beginning and not have any filthy secret or, suspicious secret, this thing wouldn't have happened. Now, on the part of the woman too, I think that as a mother, you have a responsibility to protect. Why I say apoko? Who say hawk, eba, or protecting him back? Right? Right now that your daughter is married to this gentleman, the two have become one. So what Tona say bemana akao here. So at every point in time, they all have some level of blame.
Okay. Okay. So for Gideon, inti edena odrin say also yere na oye. Oba worry for no den onye o asem because see asem no asem da na mu di sie no mu peso obi abeti sisi atodwa. Second one was atodwa sisi ade aba. Sa kwala ne yes akwala no oso na nti denti na ma ukọ yes na osi obi bi say nti na nti wo den na o sha oyere na be ma na ware den obey
oyere na be ma na ware. Okay. You see, unko be for me also unko na your best farmer. Ana uti obedience so abeto de no finyina. Because uti mu say accommodate. Ebi asada na pekrampo na ondidi. Obi so to Monday to Friday onye ndidi o Wednesday Saturday bedu. No ajiska to tell you so no why din. Pacho ku follow. Inti sisi ano at this level. Ono oba no. What is say na ukunu aye. Sanso na woman impo atrakwa akoyesa. In fact, the only advice I can give to such a lady, they say, Ochinenti, protect your marriage. Unless, of course, empower them. Because if free abusianim pet, you can't control again.
So for a free abusianim area of rice will be any. No
problem. Inti Abani says, you need to protect your own, that's all. Timpenifopu baby so be no ordinary saben kumbe chere ne jefi. Tell me them if you at the center say cry wa fie. That is why you have refuge. So you need to protect it. Because people are in worse situation than yours. And they are just garnishing it. And whenever you see it, now we need you. But what's in your own inside now? What they are not shall be 100% because why are they do? So you need to protect your own. And don't let it look like what people are saying. My infant also. Now so media make a job and say you need to protect on only the
so for they are too soon I
yes, I have no problem. I make her say okay. So she needs to protect it by holding on to her grounds. So send your tebiami kuno ya chachao or ya pachio when you friend you miami kuno intime penesa
now mama no so be anything
intime mama ba no so no and I make her say intime no mama ba no so no anya bewie no oba no ni hwe obeye biom nti oso obo no kunu no ba nya sa wan bo no kunu ni no ware no ho ban a maybe a better level bia she can't have control over it again nti also protecting within her confines and make sure say she's firm because akwa say she's now the only lifeline because obanis package is here ni na be ginsem so at this level no also no control bibia not jitum sem from so dey woni pan abawie na ne ebe ni se ebe siesie we can't continue repeating the same mistakes over and over.
So for Jeff I mean to ask me but akora no Why never to a colony against here?
I need a Jama family phone.
Oh, there be so for also don't share anymore. Obi will be a show so bit to up so be assassin. Miss Road Church. You see, I we are friend is a brother, grandson, or granddaughter.
Any dictionary.
Also, my now on the normal way, no, old brother, and oh, papa so who can also share. So as I said, who can never step, and our friend said stepmother. It is a Siamo Sena, a beam bay and a bushia, they are never to this.
I said, I feel, I'm said, Bemano, Bemano Buidman. I'm said, oh, Bemano Buidman. I'm said, I was a man captain's band now, or the control team.
Oh, yes, I shall for Miss Lowe, Miss Under me calling line into job you 0554 555 397. Patrol Mrs. Subi 0554 555 397. So for Mammy Missa same way. I in Prempino said Maka Bebre. Our real moon sem say warrior in Sembi or her own fan to jam. Mayana ya ka nyame bi so say say obi nim ho ase bia be na especially a me person me dreams as say uti we bia wo ya madam fo na obi makoti so obi ka ho asem boni bi wo krom wo ya madam fo say me ti me defend o it me feel say at least I should have knowledge of nyame bi a me nim wo ho. So is it say a court relationship more? Yes, the dear we are not paying your mom pay and I am Niama see and I say a young individuals, not a son Yama, Niama San says.
Okay. One of my greatest philosophies is that those who trust you don't need your explanation.
Okay.
And those who need your explanation don't trust you. Peter was not looking for a reason. Peter was not looking for a reason to cut the ears of a certain person because of Jesus Christ. Only Jesus anointed. And I saw near Shehon. Why not just obey defense because the man has been very good to him.
Okay.
And see, if Jesus Christ even saying you don't cut, cry. In fact, also you be noting it upon us. All right. Now, it is good, say people should be able to defend you. Now. Say me will chrome na se say lady binia ayadb. Now I'm so close to this person. The first thing I have to do is to play defense because in every relationship we must learn to defend. Now if you look at the story of Adam and Eve, they ended up playing a blame game. Oh, we say we win as mom, we win a do we mom, we win a AC. At the end of the day. So if you study the scripture critically, the Bible said, "Omusaki omufri at Garden of Eden." I say, "Hono and Adam knew Eve, and they brought forth." In the Garden of Eden, they never brought forth. Outside the Garden of Eden, there was reproduction. That means that what may, the relationship must continue. Because before you even, give out on a certain brother, you must make sure and remember some of the good things they did. That made you stay in a particular connection and friendship with them. But the reason why you think you cannot defend a certain brother is that you feel, say, sometimes we play the better than game. You feel, say, you are even better than this person. And now, oftentimes, since I was a member of Bontia, I also a judge. But me, baby, I will free Aubano. A chain, baby, I may be free.
Thank you.
So oftentimes, before, we don't even need an explanation to defend. If Gideon is my brother, regardless of what I see Gideon doing, I play defense. When we go into the closet, Mercy and Nicodemus, no matter Jesus in China, Jesus, are dangerous for our saying, or say, secretly say you have to be born again. So we must know when to defend, and we must know when to offend. If I'm defending you in town, when I come home, I should be able to offend you, let you know that what you are doing is not right. Because some people can't abont here. You can never change. But when I come closer and I tell you, say, I'm advising you, telling you, say, whatever you are doing, this is what is happening in town. It's going to tarnish your reputation. It's going to go against you. It's going to destroy your dignity. Make sure I'm solving this thing here. So make sure you are careful in this area. It is going to help all of us.
Okay, so for Gideon, but all the people can one.
Oh, not necessarily. Nobody one can in now.
Okay. What can in now? So for Jeffrey, so what can in now? And as for Gideon, maybe so as me. There be a case last week. Me case be a me de soldier. Now you're discussing. Person me de kakra film na. My so free na.
Okay.
Ya was saying be a case. Relationship. Trust in ni mono. So relationship ni ndi. Before, maybe bisa say you can relationship at day.
Relationship. Some people much more brofuma. The same brofuma neighbors. Relationship a young kufa. A young kufa.
Okay.
Relationship a young kufa. A young kufa so dear. Upesa o trimutaya. Chese. Send ye tea diano. Me born hoban also born me hoban. Me ye also ye me ye. Me boa also boa me. Into a second and saba. That is relationship.
Na me fa trust and so.
Trust no. And they said, why already said, oh, boy, I'm sending me can, oh, boy, me so me boy. Me ye we unsu ye we. Benkum jare ni fana ni fanso jare benkum. Yes, I was here G and Hutum because the very day left back I said, edunya me fina, me na ya modem inside sebe. Your co-washroom near the left na yes. Inti onu so ni bufu no ka say na me ma papa ne ba dia na mo the right na eje in our culture here. Inti right ni bufu pe. No say oh left say oh na me so me bufu. You see that the human body itself no will be incomplete. Inti sana trust na kwa koye. Inti sam ye ni na je omo hudi. When him say medwumani. Ana when so ni say medwumani. Say na me brady kan kan. Most often they are dem papa mu ni titi mu ni ba say obi a person place I'm better than you. But no. Opa ma yen preach John 3:16. O preach is here we. That means preach the same John 3:16. You get the difference. Because God is not a confucianist. The other ashen munu is different from the other ashen in sumimu. Inti send the michire munu. Inti omu ina oma jomu atum. Inti we jitum sani dienia. You also jitum sani dienia. You don't need any explanation to defend. So trust need there. And when you build it when you understand each other. Period.
So for Jeffrey, my main bisa was assembly. Assembly, I am a target. You can't trust once. Say, Uni Obi, Enya, a young cofa. I was said, would Jimmy Panny dear Mahon say no, Nipper wait dear. Gidia me own muno. As so to the extent, say, me Jiddy said Nipper went to me, Yamishi. Wasn't say, there are certain times, me believe he said, Maybe dear, no, so would you be dear? Nya maybe walk wa maybe okay my main fan say nipa bia won fun so nti I was say wo tumi gi obi di na hu say o si mesi we dey bia me hwa na bra ba we fun so ni ne hu o say o nkrofo bi o hu nkrofo sa o tumi gware be me bia o tumi say be me bi especially a celebrities here ya we obi tumi hu obi na o to nyom asofo ya hu say mo nya boni o Sani yamutati said the owo hona sa what say sofu wa yewe no sofu kra no yesi obi obegina no otonyo de wo otonyo wo yi nyame aye no na ye hu ni so mo ye role model si esua fi mo hodi mami we de boni nu ti immediately I said ni pa no ho beto chema kakra no na I said ni pa gidie ni free ni pa ni mu nti sofu me pese mi bisas I was say wo hu ni pa bi stand I say o se hu say if so de wo bia ho yen shey ma yen shey bia ni pa na ti bia na yen shey la ka se we do kro na bibi eni no.
All right. It's a very good question, and I'm very glad to on my platform with you because it's going to reach a lot. My response is going to reach a larger crowd. I gave you a friend 100 rules to rule your world.
100
rules to rule your world. To rule your world.
To rule your world. Okay.
Rule number 56: expect anything from anybody. Expect anything from anybody.
Okay.
If you have this kind of mentality, say, anything at any point in time, you are not surprised at things that happen.
So for same way, ɛyɛ asɛm bi a ɛyɛ den me nya ya ka obi hwɛ me a ɔwɔ better platform sen deɛ me wo ya anka mɛpɛ sɛ asɛm wei ɛbɛkɔ asensa because ayɛ a yɛgyina hɔ mesrɛ sɛ metwa wa especially bi a wɔ asɔre na de wa wosɔfo bɛgyina hɔ a ɔka na mesɛm akyerɛ sɛ asɛm ne bɔ yɛtumi ka kyerɛ na wankasa wafɔ ɛsɛ a mesɔfo deɛ sɛ asɛm bia no because ɔno ɔka nyame asɛm nti na sɛ mfomsoɔ bi yɛni no ita said the software to say software koko ye bibi kakra na software ye ho amane into the o kan to asoma me
okay I mean sure I'm starting me catch say I wish this could reach a larger platform because I'm about to decode and download certain things in the atmosphere. Now we start here me mouth here say I have a rule and it is that you must learn to expect anything from anybody. Obia betimi ayo I mean, anything at any point in time. If you have this mentality, you know how to tread cautiously with people. Now, I'm not saying don't be good to people. Now, it came to a point that you make certain decisions. Say, okay, Martinez here who said, anytime I'm so helpful to people, at the end of the day, I'm disappointed. Anytime I go all out to be very helpful, sometimes I have my last on me and I give it to people. But at the end of the day, the people pay me back with evil. The reason being that you are doing business, not goodness. If you are doing business, you are expecting a return. But if you are doing goodness, the hand goes and never comes back. You are expecting nothing because it is God that is going to replenish you for whatever you have lost. So when you have this mentality, the reason why you get hurt over certain things is that you feel like the way you are expecting this person to pay you back in this same coin. And it is not like that. Maybe idea you who say Bonnie or Ghana and you're Bonnie or America. Gay ni lesbianism nyoma eba Ghana ya yesi NTRC. Hey NTRC. Oko America ya jiatu. And it is okay, it is working there. So one thing might be good here, it might not be good here. So if we want to tolerate each other, if we want to accept each other, we must understand the instrument of tolerance. Say me in achia, but me dey say, or to who chem with the piano. My responsibility is to push this mind. Maybe one day ever call a program, you ever bomb payment with me and healing. That we are just expecting that. But before the revival, you must expect survival. You must be surviving to meet the revival. You can't just tell me because you are waiting for a revival, you are just sitting at one place. And see, people get hurt because their expectations for people are very, very, very high. And that is why people get brokenhearted. That's why the Bible said, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him. So anytime somebody even does something for you, tell God that God, this person has done this thing to you in this certain way. The reason why you are getting offended, I will feel say, oh, me expect to send the poor best way. I feel me bad of fun so. I also say, oh, this person can't do this, and don't mean you say, and now the way I me preaching, you feel like that person has no impediment in any way. I also say, oh yeah, holy. And I pay me a statement. You see, there is no saint without a saint. Yeah. There is no saint without a saint. Obibia say, or your honorable person, or your righteous person. That's why Scripture says that the righteous shall fall. There is a shall. That means wherever you are coming from, it doesn't matter the quantum of righteousness. There is a shall there that you must fall. But what gives you the friend is saying, the edge to carry on is your consistency and your edge to say, I am getting to the promised land. After I'll be driving through places. Maybe we went through certain portals and other things. But that shouldn't deter us from coming here. So as a pastor, some of these things shouldn't even put you down. But as a member, you should understand that the pastor is also in the world. And he's seeing the same things, the same temptations that you are going through. The pastor is going through the same temptations. But I've been saying something. You see, the covenant of people are very, very dangerous. You are careful who you are talking about. Because Abraham, Abimelech said, Sarah, I'm a sister. But God appeared and told Abimelech that the guy that lied, go, let him lay hands on you and pray for you. Who we are? Someone in possession. The same guy that lied, and in the Bible we said we shouldn't lie. So sometimes before you even talk about people, especially when it comes to men of God, I'm advising the youth, I'm advising people who are watching me online today. When it's about a man of God, a man who has the surname of God, be careful. Thank you.
Yo, so for Gideon, no cause we be sassing, okay. Inti, on say, Obiane Abrabo or boy wofi. I think so we are having this problem because of the way some as I said, we are hear me. Me person din ya familiar or your topic name. As of phone binum the one who present your mutual members. Eh, me say, and no, I am my notion or say impression, and say, we would your own hot. Inti, would you too say, also private life, who on your way? Inti, me person is as a momoya software. Say, I would in a pulpit, Sunamu preach here. Do you think, sir, you should sometimes stories no say biba most be nyam ho say your life in your perfect to senior bear. Okay, me pa cham say you obi online na so. Hello, caller. Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, hello, good evening.
Good evening. Me pa cho udini baby out free fee.
That's all same here.
Pa cho say?
See.
Oh, see. Yeah, that's some afraid you made this. Pa cho wa drink tray. Most be nyam ho say your life in your perfect to senior bear. Okay, me pa try say you be bisa say. I was say mo try sometimes
now can say story now say the before you na members who say we are not superhuman.
Yes.
Okay. Me brand akabebre in fact na office no. Intimu jana. E bia yem pone. The office no, but let me add to it. There's a person you rewrite your element when you can send me. Yes, somebody been so I know your shit. Internet action for no munjina ye pan yaba. Amen. You see, out of the abundance of revelation given to Paul, Bible said there was still a thorn in his flesh. In spite say ya suffer for God will definitely make sure that there is something inside there that will make you feel that no, only mean to me in your pestle you nipa. That no she never honor. Okay, Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. Now Bible says lack of knowledge, my people perish. Inti omunim diana son inti I almost say preachers or men of God are superhuman. But Paul was running down so you can't compare it to any anointing today in our existing Christian life now. But no pon Bible said there was a thorn in his flesh. Into do baby no pompa san kanyanku pon yi sa de ni femfiri ni mu. Ono si de bi ehye send the be obo say send ye tie bia no kuda so ye nipa. Inti no de ma sa shock no any sa comment ne ba obi abetuma ye bibi be do sofo ne de no so a de ko diti na esteem no mu ka ne so mu ni say eye nimdie na me man nimunti no ena ma de na kwakwa yesa
so for me twa no ene na nimdia ye man ni unsa ye ba sorry a ye hu say de mo ka ne yetie o
of course
internet just ene na ka say asofo no bi ni omo nchire nimdia na
omo gusu chire nimdie no but Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 na me kan o kan ba down o se omo pu nimdie nti no omo pu nimdie nti no eni nti na omo bre you preach all right but utumu say mranti me enu omo koi ba ko di 20 years ba ko 22 years I just a miracle see almost omo twempna if you give them even 10 years if miracle didn't happen abranti maybe sanada also no na ware 20 years from now o ka che ne say emwa intinu twen ho na gina baby pa na beto aso a we what any nimdia no but onfa because of akono na e she inside no Into case as of one it but it's up to you to pick the word and walk with the word. Into nimdiani dia yɛkyerɛ paa nti asɔfoɔ they are not superhuman nti ɔsɔm di to ɔmo tirim sɛ no matter what it is sɛnɛ me bradi kankan we are also in the world, we are not angels nti abɔfoɔ kra yɛsoma ɔmo ba asase so ɔmo eduru asase so no ɔmo ntoma nkɔ back bio Sodom and Gomorrah asefoɔ yɛ abɔfoɔ ne nipa ma no ɔmo bam sɛ nipa ma ho yɛ fɛ ɛna ɔmo de ahyɛ soro ne but asɔfoɔ egu ha de bia yɛ ne mma yɛ anɛte ya in fact obi ambɔ nsɛm ma yɛ adeɛ paa ahoɔfɛni wotumi sɛ no ɔbɛ kɔ neat ɔno ɛfɛ dodo esia ne mu na te ayɛnhwɛ ase nyame gu so kurae nti no sɛnea mebɛ di kankan we are not superhuman. Yes, anything can happen. You see, there are surprises even into our relationship and marriages. Omo dating, omo courting. Bema so not enough for her. Thinking say even in marriage, bema no be cause her, but responsibilities have doubled up. So you need more time to satisfy responsibilities than to enjoy luxury. Intimate broadcast can be boys marry for hype, men marry for help. Intinu motwe plan de hype uko bi no bi on samo show but bro ware anima you need to protect some integrity. You've worked for so many years person be hu fini ntino akwa ware so identity fe o san so kan ho eko fini. The Bible say a living dog is better than a dead lion. Inti senya tie bia no the men of God are also human because there is an altar of man there before the God came.
Debbie. I mean, I do it in just some 3 statements. I think God called Moses. And I'll say, and I'll say, you're focusing on your weakness. I'm sending you, and this is me, God sending you. And this is my message. If you go preach my message, we do one, we preach a message. Now, Bible said, at the end of the day, nebu ya ding. Or ya no akonya menche no abompire no asanso wako. All along, God was looking at the guy's weakness, but kept on telling the guy, you are preaching my message, you need to carry on with my message. And that thing makes us understand that we are just microphones in the hands of God. We amplify the voice of God. And the microphone may be faulty, but who is speaking? Who is speaking might not have any fault. But microphone be in your fault. But sometimes no. Microphone in your fault, sometimes you can talk to the people and they will still hear. What I'm saying is that we are the microphones. Sometimes there might be some small faults, but that does not stop us from preaching God's message. God's word must come. Wopa, also suffer biako yebibi. Into Yamia Sem no diamond, beati, phobia, who free.
Intimate sorcerer. Over to my son, all right. Nipenisuno, you are holding the sin against this man, but in the sight of God, he's having a covenant with this man that he needs to accomplish a mission. Inti nyame no de acha no enso wo nipa no o si sa de we de yen fanche but bi also new yen fanche apart from blasphemy. Enso ade asofu ye on blasphemy obia. Inti we ni so no o fin say o still o ya de boneni banyankopo anim no. O bo so okọ inti be fin say o be bon ahwase o trim e won hwase enso we ni so betel no. No okọ. That is the grace factor.
Yo asofu me ba cho me will comments be a kind of her. If you see or say it's possible to be trusting, but that doesn't mean it's wrong to trust other people. The real culprit is the person who makes you believe things that aren't true. The person who intentionally lies and manipulates you. Trust is a precious and fragile thing that some people dare to tarnish. You'll see, yeah, that's say. Anyway, drink tree. See us and say, hey, see someone bra be more. See Senya me adoma next week, Mombra. I basically want to be like you when I grow up. See omuni you know hey, see feeling papa. Okay, saka kakra na your time aso. Inti me patrol so for Jeffrey, my Mr. also. My last words concerning your story now. Any two John. If probably say advice be to the couple and the family.
Well, I think as Denyami say Yeah, but scripture, but I mean, any but scripture say, for the lack of knowledge, my people perish. I thank God for this platform and the work you guys are doing. If there is anybody that is in this situation, one of the things I'm going to tell you is that make sure you pray about it.
Okay.
You find yourself in this situation, make sure you are very prayerful. Number two, you can hear every advice, but be careful the advice you eat.
Advice say boy you do.
Look, when people are advising, it goes into your ears, and
Yeah.
you have 2 ears.
Okay.
When it goes inside, it can come out from here.
Okay.
Certain advices are goodly, but they are not godly.
Okay.
They are good advices, but they are not God advices. So if you are eating a good advice, that's not a God advice. It is highly poisonous. And see, advice, no wait me advice, no. But be careful who is speaking to you.
Okay.
Be very, very who is speaking, because even Judas betrayed Jesus Christ with a kiss. How much more a speech? So I just want you to understand, say,
That is deep.
wherever you find yourself, be careful who is advising you. When you find yourself in this kind of situation, seek an intelligent, wisdom, pragmatic, visionary man of God to help you. Otherwise, if you think that okay, your friend is Dunsini or said Dinsini, whatever they call it, Sangowa, Juju or whatever, and they are telling you to do this or do that, before you realize you are creating another problem for a simple problem that could be solved. People might give you their words, but you see, there are people that have many things to say but nothing to contribute. They can say everything, but they are not making any contribution. Okay, and they say. They know it's difficult, you can't achieve. A do time I say for contributions and you will not see them. And see, when you're in this situation, my last word is that make sure you are careful the advice you are eating, because certain advices will cause you a running destiny, a running stomach of your destiny. Thank you.
Yeah, some more. So forgive you. But your last words.
Yɛbɛda Nyankopɔn ase a wakɔnya yɛ ɔmo de ama yɛn. Na yɛbɛda the most TV foɔ nso ase na adwuma pa ɔmo kɔ so ɔmo yɛ. Mpanimfoɔ buba bi sɛ deɛ ɔforo dua pa no ɛna yɛayɛ pia no. Bɔ Nyame mpaeɛ sɛ ɔdom a ɛfiri soro ɛma nipa gye ne din. Yɛhwɛ Nyankopɔn anim sɛ 3 years from now, I prophesy in my capacity as a man of God, said the most TV will be the highest multimedia head all over the world.
Amen. So for them.
Now, the chat want to say, I want them to understand that life is not a telenovela, because the future is for intercessors. So life should be a prayer novella for you. Send them a brandy can it is only prayer that can bring you out. And in my capacity as the prayer coach, I can tell you some prayers are nuisance and nonsense. I call it N square. In situations like this, you need to know the kind of prayer you pray. You need to pray a prayer with meanings. Let God understand that you appreciate whatever He's doing for you. That is a thanksgiving prayer. In situations like this, situation because prayer is a communication. That is when response will come rapidly. No sign. So you need to understand the kind of prayer you are praying. Until the make a cat one say, "Oh, situation be say the only trusted weapon of a Christian is prayer." So you need to believe that He is, and is the rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. So before you even usher the prayer, you should believe that He has given you solution. Until the make a cat one say, "The Nyankopon so be what He be able to say there. Nyankopon onjinin free." Na so bi nim so na wo nim se beba so a ye bon pa se Nyankopon nim free ho. Normal from here entina hoda e wo Yesu dim. Amen.
Amen. Oh. Me hu ni amenka. Ene program die. Aye de obese aye dewa. Asafo na me nhira mo. nyame hira mo pa say to nsafre mo no mo bae and then mo baba be maye different understanding of bibia me de na mesu ade pa na se da biom so me de ma yahwefo a omo waste omo time mama tena say omo mo comments by omo mo waste credit e dey free in nara yes nyame enhira mo your time na so I share my boss say nyame adma Wednesday that say next week Wednesday so yes and another interesting story esandi aba mpacho comments no mama embra na nyame adma next week yebeka nti nyame adma yebeka asem foforo to say senior year no ye different case beba nyame adma next week na and also your friend penifo na omo aba bet na no ma church to say senior asofui eyemaye and then my guest ebaye Pastor Jeffrey and Pastor Gideon pastors yedamase ashafo yedamase nyame adoma next week yebesen share and will be a good night. Oh, thank you so much.
Asampayetia Obanyansa fusu wo bunye won kana asam ze mafutu sam kakre wa supeme yo kofi omaya woman omani ya mama yenyi baby ako wacha za ya wareni wonsom wanyinyi pa azade pa wo fioye yamo yembera ye Shira, Mamani Paya, the Foa, and Yanum. Afanya Misroya, Jumana, Yami Besrayan, Obraya, Boya, and Moya Murae, Abeya, Efi, and Ara.